everything SpaceX was doing, everything that a lot of people doing. Like I said, I actually probably do own the SpaceX launch pads and also SpaceX company itself. Anyway, everything SpaceX was doing, everything everyone was doing was relying on the fact that I wouldn't notice what they were really doing or how they had really killed off Germans or you were using old Germans' plans or old Germans' designs to launch spaceships, which I had paid for and even invented or even had done by by Germany. So everything that SpaceX was doing, everything that Nixon was doing, everything that JFK was doing was mostly betting on the fact that nobody would notice, that no one would notice, that they could go and get those attack ships and be back here and kill everyone or kill me before I was able to tell everyone and before everyone knew. So anyway, so like I say, they didn't really know about the fact that the 1.5s were 1.5 foot tall. So when they ordered ships and they expected and they launched to go to Mars to pick up their ships that were already waiting there for them, like I say, they didn't really realize that their advanced ships that were already built were actually 1.5 foot tall and they couldn't even get through the airlock. So anyway, so all the people that they secretly launched into space and secretly launched to Mars found out that once they got there, they had to come home. There was going to be no army waiting there for them. They had done all this stuff and were planning to come back and kill me with the advanced ships and everything else. And they would be immortal and gods and everything else. And the thing is, there was no ships there that they could use. There's nothing there. In fact, like I said, what they actually did was they shot the dome and shot some other stuff, and actually tried to kill or tried to torture the 1.5 foot tall people before they ran out of oxygen, which they did do. Anyway, they didn't really have the resources to stay there that long, or something like that. So, or I don't really know exactly the details. You're gonna have to like grab the Falcon X. I mean the SpaceX people and find out from them what was really going on and all that other stuff. But basically, they were planning to go and pick up their army that was on Mars, and then that the 1.5 people had made for them. But anyway, for me. But then they find out, but the 1.5 people know who I am or knew who I was. So, and know I'm here on Earth. I was supposed to be going to Mars or whatever, and I'd pick up my new ships and everything else like that, but it was really somebody else that went instead. And anyway, the whole thing was a big lie. And they were just trying to kill me. Or just trying to get me, or they had someone contact Mars, talk to Mars, saying that they were me, but they're not me. And then they go to Mars, and then they know that the Martians or whoever will know that it's not me, and so they were gonna go and try and gain entry to the ships and everything else like that. But then, of course, the ships are the wrong size, so they can't actually gain entry to the ships. So there's no army, and all the weapons are made the wrong size. So anyway, so there's no army coming to come and get them on Earth or help them, and basically there was no base that was already built on Mars for them to live in. So they basically had to come back, or they were stuck on Mars, or whatever. But basically, there's nothing. No, they thought that there was going to be a base already built there that was going to be ready for them, and they had the 1.5 of the Martians build it, and it was built small. So they couldn't really, and they tried to torture, and they grabbed the little 1.5s, and they're like trying to torture them, like, you better work, just like they had tortured the people on Earth. But it's like, the 1.5s, they're not really, and besides, Mars gravity is a lot higher. So anyway, so it didn't really work out exactly the right way. They killed quite a few little 1.5s, but they didn't get them all. And there was no big places. Like they were expecting that the 1.5s lived in this great big building, just like here on Earth, where they could like gain entry and then take over. Ha ha ha. And there was some sort of hangar with an airlock or something like that, but it was like a little small corridor. It was like in the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where they were like all like hunched over and stuff like that, or something like that, trying to live or something. But they were using up too much oxygen or something. I don't really know exactly the details, but basically they ran into some small problems, and mostly it was their size. So anyway, you're gonna have to talk to the Martians or talk to the 1.5s. They're not Martians, by the way. and they're not blue or green or anything like that. They're little 1.5s. There's a photo of them actually. There's a photo of them here on Earth with where there's a 1.5, and then he's wearing a little straw hat and a little Hawaiian shirt, and stuff like that. And he's real. He's real. They're both real. So anyway, yeah, it was just two of my life forms kicking it, like walking around, relaxing. Yeah, it was really cute because it was a 1.5 sitting right here, and he was wearing a little high-end shirt, and he had the little straw hat on, and it was the astronaut and stuff. So anyway, so yeah, I mean, we knew each other. So I mean, I knew them, and they knew me, and they knew each other, and we all knew, and we were all happy. It's just that when I became a human, a lot of people tried to confuse about who exactly I was in human form, trying to say that all these other people were actually me when they're not me. So anyway, whatever. But like I said, and then they were trying to get to Mars to have this space army already built and everything else like that. Like I said, no. It wasn't built. It was the wrong size. So, no go. Sorry. Not coming. Yeah, whatever. You just gonna have to find another trick that you lied to everyone for over a couple hundred years and tried to do a lot of things behind my back to get done. So, because that one didn't work out too well. And by the way, that like the SpaceX ship was actually designed by Germans, and actually I funded it anyway. LS, Lucifer Star. So anyway, yeah, lots of lies, lots of people just running around having sex, doing lots of drugs and all kinds of other stuff, and lying to everyone. Mostly just trying to do things behind my back. But whatever. Go talk to Nixon. Oh wait, that's right, he's dead. Maybe John McCain or one of the others. Maybe their sons. Grab them, see what's going on. I don't really care. By the way, drugs are legal.